come with me on one of the hardest day hikes in New England. The Presidential Traverse is a 19-mile day with over 8,000 feet of vert. The day started off at 3 a.m. and I already look exhausted. I headed up to the White Mountains of New Hampshire. We got ready to go at the Valley Way parking lot and hit the trail around 6:15 a.m. I was hiking with my friend and his older brother, who is literally a professional runner. He definitely pushed the pace and we were flying up this trail. After an hour and 45 minutes, we hit treeline where there's this very ominous sign. The next 14 miles or so are completely exposed and it has some of the worst weather in America. We kept on going and soon reached Madison Springs Hut. These huts are so much fun to stay at, but we just popped in for the bathroom and I fueled up before our first summit of the day. Now we're headed up Mount Madison. The trail gets super technical at this point with all of these rocks and it was so windy at the summit.
One down.
From the summit, we could see the entire ridge that we were about to hike. We headed down past the hut again and made our way up Mount Adams. Again, it's like all rock scrambling, and at this point the fog had rolled in, but we made it to the top of Adams around 9:30. Also, by this point, my friend's brother had left us in the dust and was running way far up ahead. We continued on to Mount Jefferson, and by now, maybe you're sensing a pattern here. All of the summits are named after presidents, hence why this route is called the Presidential Traverse. By Jefferson, we had done 7 miles and 6,000 feet of vert, so we found a spot out of the wind to eat our PB&Js and get some more energy. Our next climb was up Mount Washington, which is the tallest mountain in New England. The top of Washington is like Disneyland compared to the rest of the summits. There's a full-blown cafeteria up here. I had the rest of my PB&J and a Fluffernutter sandwich, which if you know, they're the best. This is the line to take a photo with the summit sign. It was pretty cold and we had so much still to go ahead of us, so we decided to just keep on hiking. At this point, we were 7 hours in and had already done about 7,000 feet of vert. The weather also started to clear up, coming down to the Lakes of the Clouds hut. This is another cabin you can stay at, and I stopped in for a giant piece of chocolate cake. Leaving the hut, we only had 2 peaks left and a lot of downhill. We thought we'd be able to run a good chunk of the rest of the hike, but unfortunately, this is when the pain really started to set in for me. Apparently, my feet have grown in the past year, and my hiking boots no longer fit me all that well. Coming down in elevation also caused my toes to swell up, and so now it feels like my toenails are about to pop off. Running was really out of the question, but at least it was beautiful. We reached the summit of Eisenhower and eventually hit treeline again. My toes were absolutely screaming. After 11 and a half hours, we made it! Growing up in New Hampshire, I've always wanted to do this hike, so I was super stoked to cross this off my bucket list. We reunited with my friend's brother, who finished this in 6.5 hours, so 5 hours faster than us, and I guess that's why he's a professional runner. At this point, I needed ice cream ASAP. I stopped in at this spot that was actually a James Beard Award finalist this year. It was so good, totally lives up to the hype, and then I went home and passed out.